Hey, what if I told you there's a proven system for hitting any goal you set for yourself? And I mean any goal. Doesn't matter your age, your situation, or what you've tried before. Today, we're diving into a powerful framework designed to make you, well, pretty much unstoppable. So let's kick things off with a huge question. You ever look at someone, maybe a colleague or a competitor in your field, and you just wonder, how on earth are they achieving 10 times more than me? It doesn't seem like they're working 10 times harder, right? So what's the secret? Well, here's the big idea we're going to unpack. That massive difference, it doesn't come down to some kind of genius level IQ or just blind luck. It comes from a system. And here's the real breakthrough. It is a system that anyone, and I mean anyone, including you, can learn. All right, so let's get into our first section here. This whole thing really starts with a story from author Brian Tracy, way back when he was a struggling salesperson, just completely baffled by one of his coworkers. So Tracy goes up to this guy, the one making literally 10 times more than everybody else, and asks him, "Can you just break down your sales process for me?" And the colleague's answer was just stunning. He goes, "My sales process? I don't really have one." I mean, that makes no sense, right? How could someone be that successful without any clear strategy? Well, trying to figure this out led Tracy to what he called a lightning bolt realization, and it completely changed his life. He figured out that successful people aren't just born that way. Nope. They simply figure out what skills they need, for sales, for management, for literally anything, and then they go out and learn them. And this is so crucial. Your past does not define your future. You can learn anything you need to learn to achieve any goal you set for yourself. Period. Okay, so if success is a learnable skill, where do we even begin? Well, we start with the software that's running our entire life, our mind. Here's a fantastic way to think about this. Your mind has an operating system, a core set of beliefs that kind of runs in the background, automatically shaping your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. But the most powerful part of this whole idea is that you get to choose which program to install. You can consciously decide on the beliefs that are going to lead you to success. So let's do a little diagnostic test right now. How would you complete the sentence, "I am"? What's the very first thing that pops into your head? Is it something like, "I am capable," "I am a good person," or "I have unlimited potential"? Or is it maybe something more like, "I'm just an ordinary person," or I'm struggling"? Whatever your answer was, that reveals your self-concept. That's the core of your mental operating system. And here's the point. Your perspective determines your direction in life. But the best part? You can choose a new one, a better one, at any time. It's as simple as changing how you see yourself. Okay, so we've decided to upgrade our mental OS. Awesome. Now, let's get into the first really practical tool. How to set goals that actually, work. To make your goals truly effective, you've got to use the 3P technique. First, make them personal, so always start with the word I. Second, make them positive, which means stating what you want, not what you want to avoid. And third, and this is the magic trick, write them in the present tense, as if they're already a reality. This simple little tweak helps program your subconscious mind to get to work on that goal 24/7. Now, keeping that 3P technique in mind, I want you to remember this number. Just this number, 10. Because it is the key to a daily routine that can absolutely transform your life. So here it is, the 10-goal routine. Every single morning for the next 30 days, I want you to take out a notebook, a physical notebook, and from a totally blank page, write down your 10 most important goals. And you're going to use that 3P method we just talked about. I earn X amount this year. I am in perfect health. I have a wonderful, loving relationship. And here's the key. Don't look back at yesterday's list. This whole thing takes, 3 to 5 minutes, but it focuses your mind with incredible clarity. And the results? They can be seriously explosive. This is a quote from someone who actually tried this exact method. They said goals they had been just dreaming about for years suddenly started to happen, one after another.
It's just an amazing testament to the power of daily, focused intention. Now, setting goals is one thing, but how do we build the momentum to actually achieve them without burning out? Well, the key is to automate your success by building powerful routines.
When you automate your habits, you free up so much mental energy. Think about it. Some of the key routines of successful people include getting enough sleep, doing some morning exercise for that endorphin boost, and setting daily priorities, which, hey, your 10-goal list already helps you do. You're putting success on autopilot.
But let's be real, starting new habits is hard. So to make it almost frictionless, try using the 5-3-1 rule. It's simple. Commit to just 5 minutes a day. Stick with it for 3 days straight and focus on only one new habit at a time. That's it. It's so easy, it's almost harder not to do it.
This brings us to our final and maybe the most counterintuitive key to becoming unstoppable. And it's all about changing your relationship with failure.
So get this. This might blow your mind. It's a surprising statistic, but successful people don't fail less than unsuccessful people. They fail more, like about 10 times more often, in fact. So what does that tell us?
It tells us there's a huge difference in mindset. On one hand, you have unsuccessful people who see failure as this terrible thing to be avoided at all costs. They play it safe, they're timid. But successful people, they see failure as feedback. It's just a necessary part of the process. They aren't trying to avoid failure. They're actually trying to fail faster so they can learn from it more quickly.
The writer Ralph Waldo Emerson just nailed this idea perfectly. He said, all of life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better. The more you do, the more you try, the more you fail, the more you learn. And ultimately, the more you succeed. It's that simple.
So let's put this all together. Here's the whole playbook from start to finish. You decide exactly what you want. You write it down, you set a deadline, you list out all the tasks to get there, you organize that list into a plan, you take that first step immediately, and then you just keep going every day. That's the entire system. And always remember, this whole giant system, all the goals, all the plans, everything, it all boils down to one simple truth. All great success, every single time, begins with the decision to take one small, single step. So my final question for you is this. What is the one small step you will take today to move toward one of your goals? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because that's how you become unstoppable. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.